The United States takes on Canada. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. A comfortable evening tonight at altitude, almost 5,000 feet above sea level. But we are eagerly anticipating these two teams going out. The United States and Canada will be battling for the top of Group F this evening. And of course, earlier today, we had the first game of the day. Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados fought to a 1-1 draw. An interesting game. Barbados scored first, but Trinidad and Tobago only needed the 1 point to advance on. So at the top of the group now, we have our focus on the United States and Canada. It is the winner of this game that will top the group. If the United States and Canada end in a tie, it will also be the United States getting that top spot based on goal difference. So it all comes down to whether Canada can get the 3 points and jump the United States here tonight. But for both of these teams, it's been relatively smooth sailing for Canada. They're coming off a 2-0 win over Barbados. Liam McKenzie, along with Alessandro Biello from the spot. He scored the second goal of the game, but those were the two goal scorers in that game. The previous game was a 3-2 win over Trinidad and Tobago. They had to fight for that one. They were up 2 goals twice, but Trinidad and Tobago fought back for just that 1-goal loss. On the other side for the United States, a 3-1 win last time out against Trinidad and Tobago. They have looked fairly dominant so far. It was Burton, Rudisill, and Habroon scoring the 3 goals for the United States. That was on Monday. In the first game, it was a 5-0 win for the United States as Cruz Medina scored a hat trick in that win over Barbados. So plenty to play for here today. This is the second straight group stage that these two teams are facing off in 2019. It was a 3-2 win for the United States after they fought back by trailing 2-0. They also faced off in the semifinals of that competition where the United States won 4-0. So these teams are very familiar with each other. Not going back too far, going back to 2019, and now the players starting to make their way out onto the field tonight. We should have a good one. It's always fun when the United States takes on Canada, and we should be in for an interesting one tonight. Remember, it's win, and the United States tops the group. A draw would do the same, but for Canada, they have to grab the full 3 points tonight in order to top Group F. We will have both national anthems lineups, and we'll get you to first kick coming up at the top of the hour.
Damas y caballeros, por favor de pie. A continuación, los himnos nacionales de Estados Unidos, seguidamente el de Canadá.
Building you up to first kick tonight from Estadio Pensativo in Antigua, Guatemala. Group F action between the United States and Canada for the second straight group stage. These two teams will be facing off, and plenty of interesting storylines to get into. But first, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for Gonzalo Segares and the United States, he makes 8 changes into the lineup, so it's easy to just tell you who's staying in the lineup. That will be Aiden Harungi, David Vasquez, and Christian Diaz. Those are the 3 that stay. Cruz Medina is welcome back to the starting 11, of course, after his hat trick on Saturday to open up this competition against Barbados. So look at the officials. Fernando Moron of Panama will be the man in the middle. Norberto da Silva of Curacao will be today's 4th official as well. The captain for the United States, once again, will be Tyler Hall. He wore the captain's armband in that first game against Barbados. It was Pedro Soma who wore the armband in the game against Trinidad and Tobago on Monday. He will be on the bench today. On the other side, for Canada, it's Lazar Stefanovic who gets the captain's armband for a 3rd game running for the Canucks. Final handshakes, exchanging of the banners. And how about one more photo op for both of the captains as well with the referees. But first, let's take a look at Andrew Oliveri starting 11 for Canada. 6 changes from that 2-0 win over Barbados, but it's Fung, Dessau, and Pop that all start for the first time in this competition. As of course, Nathaniel Abraham will be in goal once again. He has started all 3 games in between the pipes for Canada. So that gets us ready to go for first kick here tonight. A chance for either of these teams to go top of the group. Canada needs a win. The United States will do it with a win or a draw. These two teams faced off in 2019, of course. United States, a big comeback. They were down 2-0. They ended up winning that game by 3 goals to 2, and then they ended up beating Canada in the semifinals 4-0. What will tonight bring? The United States flying high after their 3-1 win. They scored those 3 goals against Trinidad and Tobago in under 24 minutes. There is the whistle, and we are underway. The United States and Canada for the 11th time at the Concacaf Under-17 Championship. The United States has won 9 straight games in this series, in this competition. The only game that they lost was the first one in 1988. So it's been some time since Canada has been able to get the upper hand on the United States at the under-17 level here in CONCACAF competition. Here's Romero. He'll go all the way back for Hall. It's 2 Inter-Miami Academy products that start on either side tonight. Victor Fung for Canada, Tyler Hall for the United States. Both play for the Inter-Miami under-17 side, and maybe even hoping to break into the MLS Next Pro ranks this upcoming year for both of those players. We saw another one of those Inter-Miami products in Brian Destin take to this field yesterday for Haiti. So Inter-Miami well represented among these teams and in this competition as a whole. Cruz Medina will get this out wide for David Vasquez. Early ball coming through. Romero couldn't get a clean touch on it, and Canada will get this out of harm's way, at least for the time being. Arungi will get this back into play. The Eintracht Frankfurt products. He's actually spent some time with the Hungary youth national team setup as well. Some appearances in the UEFA Youth Cup for Eintracht Frankfurt at the club level. Romero trying to play that up ahead. Gill will have to play it back, but the referee will bring this back for a foul. A look there at Gonzalo Segares. It's been pretty good so far. They got a clean sheet in the opener against Barbados. Maybe didn't look as clean as they would have liked to in that opening game. And then unable to add on against Trinidad and Tobago in the latter stages on Monday. No doubt this will be the stiffest test, at least so far, for the United States going up against this Canadian team. The same can be said for Canada against the United States. Rigopoulos able to step in there for Canada and win the ball back. But this touchdown to play for a throw-in. A look at Andrew Oliveri. An 8-year pro career, has spent some time as the head coach of the under-20 side as well. Experienced in these sort of tournaments. There was a bit of a surprise as the whistle comes, a foul against the United States. Mexico, the 4-time defending champions of this competition. They played earlier this evening against Panama in Guatemala City, and they were held to a 1-1 draw in that game against Panama. They still were able to top that group, and the bracket slowly but surely starting to be filled in. The winner of this game will take on the Dominican Republic, and of course will be on opposite sides of the bracket as Mexico. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Bermuda, and Nicaragua have already qualified into the round of 16 based on the qualification tournament they participated in just a few months ago. Here's Hall, striding forward in possession. Diaz, Harungi, Gill, dispossessed initially, but the U.S. not able to keep it. Good pressure there from Canada. The best finish for Canada at this competition came in 2011 when they were runners-up to the United States. They've never won this competition before. They have been amongst the semifinalists previously. 5-time third-place finishers and finished in 4th place once as well. They're trying to get back to the Under-17 World Cup for the 8th time in their history. They've never won a game. They're 0-14-4 is Canada at the Under-17 World Cup. Maybe this will be the year if they can win one of those quarterfinals come the knockout stage next week. Bodwall going to ground. Able to win that back for Canada, but it's given right back to Romero. Romero's pass up ahead and just deflecting through and taken by Abraham. The 15-year-old Toronto FC product, Nathaniel Abraham. Gail de Montigny. Wobbling pass, and Robert Chukwu not able to handle it. Well, you think Abraham is young at 15. How about Chukwu? He's 14. A very young Canadian outfit here in this competition. Arungi back for Hall. United States starting in possession here in these opening 7 minutes. Switch of play, and there's too much on that ball as it flies out of play. There's a look at Cruz Medina. A hat trick to start off this competition. And all 3 goals were pretty spectacular in their own right. Specifically, though, talking about the 30-yard rocket from Medina. We'll see what he has for an encore here tonight. Medina plays this back for Hall. Medina dropping deep to keep the ball for the United States. San Jose Earthquakes product. Once again, all three San Jose players starting tonight. And there's another one in Oscar Verhoeven. It's always interesting to see which one of these players you might be talking about in a few years' time with the senior national team. 10 players that were on the United States World Cup roster played in this under-17 tournament at some point in their career. A whistle and a foul. That goes against David Vasquez. Chukwu under pressure, back for Abraham. He can clear this away. Canada has not been able to keep the ball maybe as much as they would have liked here in the opening stages. Less swarming, but that ball off the mark, and a whistle will bring this back for a foul. Just a little bit too much there on Vasquez. Harungi. United States likes to play the possession game, and plenty of it in these opening 10 minutes. Gill. Harungi back for Gill. Canada very disciplined in their shape in the early going. There's the switch of play. Chukwu, though, able to head that clear. Friendly fire there in the middle. Player stays down there for the United States, and they'll be able now to get the necessary treatment on here if necessary, as that ball goes out of play. Harungi and Mendoza colliding, and Mendoza came out second best. Mendoza being worked on here in the early going. Now helped back to his feet. Big collision there. To tell exactly what the problem was, but it was a big collision. And Mendoza will make the slow walk off. De Montigny will put this back into play. All the way back to Duran Ferry. started the first game of this competition, the San Diego Loyal product, the USL Championship. It was Adam Beaudry, the Colorado Rapids product, who got the start in game number 2. He was an injury replacement added to this roster because of Hugo Cochin, who was scratched due to injury. Farid taking advantage of the opportunity, getting his second start here in the group stage. Foul against the United States will set up a free kick for Canada as they look to grow into this game. It's been a tough start for the Canucks. Both of these teams have already advanced. It's just up to now where they advance to, and whether the United States gets the top spot or whether that's Canada. The round of 16 games, though, will be this upcoming Saturday and Sunday. The United States and Canada with the advantage that they'll get 2 days of rest, and maybe even more depending on when exactly their games are. They've only had 1 day of rest in between games here in the group stage. Romero, long ball ahead, and this bouncing out of play. Too far out in front of David Vasquez.
Nice play, just remember you're stepping and then there's a header coming. Yeah, I got it.
Diaz will chase this down, back for Farid.
This spot is critical though because if you do it right, yeah.
Giveaway there in the middle. Who's going to reclaim possession? It's the United States, and they'll look for the quick ball through. Abraham way off his line. Soto will have to chase this down all the way into the corner. Effective goalkeeping in the end there by Nathaniel Abraham. And Canada able to get bodies back behind the ball now. On the turn, Gill steps around to challenge. Romero into the corner. Gill trying to get around that corner. Cruz Medina. All the way back for Hall. Now Verhoeven. Vasquez tallied an assist in that opening game win against Barbados. Here's Medina. Verhoeven will have to play it back towards midfield for Diaz, who switches the point of attack. Romero. This is slid through. Medina trying to cut it back. Lost his balance and loses possession. McKenzie trying to get this away. United States, though, keeping Canada pinned in here. Agopoulos, that's blocked down. All coming together between those two, and a whistle will go Canada's way. Played down the line. Hall is there to cover it. Farid puts a touch on it and now looks to play out. Calm on the ball there, playing out from the back. The only players that played or started both of the first two games, Stuart Hawkins and Micah Burton, both coming off the bench today, so there's not a player that has started all three games for the United States. A little bit different from Canada, where they have had a few players start all three games. To Montagny, Abraham, and Badwal as well. This is over the top, but Soto well offside. To Montagny for Canada. Chukwu. Stefanovic steps through pressure. Badwal. Farid. It's given away. Badwal now for De Montagny. Steps by a challenge. Trying to turn the corner on Harangi. The cross is headed away by Diaz. And the U.S. can play out. Foul there. Verhoeven tangled up with McKenzie, and Verhoeven took exception to that. I mentioned that these two teams played each other twice in 2019. That was the first time they played each other in this competition since 2011, which was the aforementioned final that the United States won. Good passing here from Canada, looking for their hold-up striker, and Eric Pop. Gill brings it centrally for Soto. Gets it right back. Soto cuts it in. Ezekiel Soto still weaving through. Pestered by Njai, and moves it up to the far side. Verhoeven. Now it's Vasquez. Hard to think there'd be a lot between these two sides, especially with what we've seen so far in this competition. All the way back for Abraham. It's a hot pass, but he's able to deal with it. Abraham gets this away. Mendoza. Vasquez. Vasquez to the end line. The cross comes into the back post. Spilled initially, but eventually taken in by Abraham. It was not convincing there from Robert Chukwu. In the end, Abraham able to save the day for Canada. Stretch pass out in front. Farid way off his line. But he's able to make the right play there. Now he's racing back into position. adding a new dimension there to sweeper keeper, as he was some 40 yards away from his goal. Right at the midway point of this first half between the United States and Canada. Not a lot in this one so far, has to be said. United States will top the group with a win or a draw. Canada must capture all 3 points. The only shot in this game has gone the way of the United States. It's turned over. Njai, pop. Diaz steps in to clear. Soto is coming back from an offside position. Demontini calmly off his chest. Chukwu. Romero putting some pressure on here. All the way back to Abraham. And the press nearly winning it back for the United States. Vasquez was over there on the far side. Looking to stretch the United States at the back, but Hall had it covered. Ahead for Medina. He's the man that can make it happen. Medina saved! The first big inflection point here, but Abraham able to keep Medina at bay for now. Verhoeven gets it out wide again. Cross comes in, just too tall for Soto, and it bounces over the head of Romero. Close call there. Eventually this will run out of play. Another look at this shot from Medina. Got good power behind it on that favored right foot.
You can stay a little bit higher.
Now the ball being put out of play with the player down behind the play here. It is the goalkeeper, Nathaniel Abraham.
Stay on the field, guys. Stay on the field, please. Thank you.
See if he is able to continue. Remember, he's played all 3 games. Favored to Alexander O'Brien, who was the backup keeper, or the second keeper, if you will, on this team for Andrew Oliveri. There is O'Brien maybe starting to get warmed up. We'll see if O'Brien is called into action. You know, Abraham will do everything he can to stay in this game. Abraham okay to continue on here.
The ball was inside. So give the run the ball. Don't give it the run the ball. Just give it over there.
A drop ball to get things back underway. First big shooting opportunity came just a few moments ago for Cruz Medina. The United States has been very stout at the back. Nothing going forward for Canada so far. That has to be the big story of the first 28.5 minutes. Romero to find some room centrally. Medina couldn't step away from Stefanovic. Abraham picks out the pass to play out. McKenzie ahead for Pop. Maybe something on here for Canada. All the way back. Abraham will clear this away. Soto pushing the back, and then he kicks it away. Not sure the referee will love that. Free kick going Canada's way. To be taken closer to that corner flag here by Theo Regopoulos. It's turned over. Cross coming towards the top of the area. There wasn't a white shirt there. And now Canada can look to get this away. Njai just ran out of real estate. Verhoeven. Giveaway with Regopoulos stepping in again. Fung feeling the pressure there from Vasquez. They get tangled up, but Abraham comes to claim the ball. Seems whenever the United States loses possession, they're always quick to try to win it right back. They've had a lot of success at doing so here tonight. They're aided by a misplaced pass like that. Here's Romero. Gill in support. Gill get there, a burst of pace. Chukwu though, able to do just enough as this runs down past the end line.
Ready?
Chukwu, a long distribution. Off the mark, looking for Jiwan Badwal. Here's Romero, but the flag is up. Both teams just looking for something to go their way offensively. There has not been much in this for either team. The runner-up of this group will go into the bottom portion of the bracket as well. So there's a chance these teams could face off in the semifinals should they win their first 2 round of 16 games. The Group F runner-up will play the Group H third place team, which could be any of Haiti, El Salvador, or Suriname. Likely, though, to be El Salvador. Here's Hall. Played forward, but out of play. Gonzalo Cigares looking on. Looking for something to go their way here. Just 3 shots in this game, all for the United States. Medina. Diaz on the way at midfield. Harungi. On the ground again is Romero. Once more. How about a third time? And now he comes away with it. Job there by Romero just to stay with that play. And now it's Vasquez. Diaz. Marungi. They'll work the right side again. Gill was able to keep it in play, but couldn't get back on his feet as it rolls out for the goal kick. Gill, one of those few players that plays abroad on this United States team. A couple in Spain, England, and Germany. Similar for Canada, where 16 of the 20 are based in Canada. The rest by their trade in Europe. McKenzie able to head this forward, and Canada able to look into the attack. McKenzie cuts it in field, slides it across to Montagny on the turn. Dessau, Bodwall. It was the first time that Canada had come into the attacking third in possession. Here's Dessau. Bodwall. Trying to slide that in behind for de Montagny, and it's intercepted. The U.S. able to play out with relative ease there. All the way back for Abraham, who's definitely been the busier of the 2 keepers today. Romero pushed off the ball there by Chukwu. Bodwall was fouled. Here's Dessau. Couldn't keep it for Canada. Falls to Verhoeven. Vasquez fired in with that left foot, blocked down. Another throw in for the United States. Soto, who lost his balance, all the way back to Abraham, but that's given away. Arungi ahead for Romero. Chukwu stepped in and earned the foul.
Yep, that's a foul, 7.
Just lunging there was Brian Romero, Charlotte FC product. Pretty good representation from across MLS on this United States roster. Mentioned the 3 players from San Jose. Aside from that, it's fairly spread out. A couple from the Seattle Sounders as well. Other than that, no player has more than 1 player from that specific team.
We have what?
DeMontini. Bodwal serves it out wide, and a good ball in stride. Options up ahead. Trying to cut this infield. Here's the first shot, and it's over the bar. Great chance there for Theo Regopoulos. The first time that the United States was exposed there defensively. All that space opening up in the middle. The shot wasn't too far away. Fari able to see that fly over the bar.
Is it the people with yellows?
It was those 3 Canadian attackers up ahead of the ball there that dragged those 3 United States defenders out of position and opened up the middle of the field, and Regopoulos slotted into it but couldn't put the shot on frame. And now Canada's starting to build into this game as we approach halftime here, getting into the final 5 minutes. Medina got it back from Vasquez with a nice little flick. Medina will cut it in field, losing his balance but staying on his feet. That's going to be a foul. Ruben Desa. Might this be a yellow card as well? Fernando Moron just talking to with Desa. He's one of those European-based players for Vitória in Portugal. No doubt both these teams very well drilled in their tactical approach and how they want to approach each and every game. The United States has been able to implement that just a little bit better here tonight.
Look to get in behind, Brian.
Romero, turn it back. Arungi. Here's Hall, the captain. Verhoeven. Able to win it back. A little bit of pressure there from Verhoeven helped. In for Soto. Just trying to poke that towards goal. And taken by Abraham in the end. Verhoeven lost out possession there, but his tenacity in pressing and trying to win the ball back helped Vasquez get it for the United States and find Soto. Now we'll go all the way back to Duran Fari. Here's Hall. Diaz. Is that pass intercepted? DeMontini trying to turn up fields. He got caught in possession. Romero couldn't keep it. DeMontini. Njai. Canada can't keep it. Late challenge there. And that is the game's first yellow card. Gail DeMontini into the book. Studs exposed there, and lucky that wasn't higher up the leg. DeMontini could have been in trouble. And he has his name taken. First card of the game.
Damas y caballeros, informa que la tarjeta amarilla fue mostrada al jugador con la camiseta número 3. Gael de Montigny de Canadá en el minuto 44.
Diaz. The final minute of this opening half. Hasn't been a lot in it. Canada has awoken, though, as this half has continued on. A couple more ventures forward than they had in the opening 35 minutes, and now Vasquez ran out of room on the far side, throw into Canada. I wonder what the approach is going to be from Canada in the second half, as Andrew Oliveri knows his team has to win this game to get the top spot. What both these teams do know is they will be avoiding Mexico until the final if one of these teams make it, and Mexico does as well.
Damas y caballeros,
2 minutes will be added on. A couple of injury stoppages.
2 minutos al primer tiempo de juego.
Abraham for Chukwu. DeMontini lost it out of play. Diaz for Hall. DeMontini, the pressure there from Horongi. Romero running through the middle, cuts it in fields. And the United States will just keep the ball. Verhoeven. Horongi. Cutting this in field. Horongi with space, fires it across. Medina couldn't get the contact on it. And now it's Pop trying to run away.
Get back!
Rigopoulos goes to ground, able to keep it. McKenzie now. And it's turned over. Running forward again. The cross looking for Soto. Romero couldn't get onto it. And Chukwu clears for Canada. Mendoza for Romero. Last gasp here in the first half. Gill with space to exploit, fires it through. It's put out of play, a corner kick. We'll see if the referee allows this to be taken right at the end of the minimum of 2 minutes. Cruz Medina will take this for the United States. Medina, the in-swinger, headed on and wide. Mendoza had a free header And that is the last action of the first 45 minutes. Well, not a lot in this for either side in this first half. The United States, though, with much more of the ball, and they did have the better opportunities. Canada starting to grow into this game, but nothing to show for it on either side as these two teams close out the group stage. Halftime here from Guatemala. It's the United States 0 and Canada 0. Building up to the second 45 minutes of action here from Antigua, Guatemala and Estadio Pensativo. It's the United States taking on Canada tonight, the Group F finale at the 2023 Concacaf Under-17 Championship. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. And not a whole lot in that first 45 minutes between these two sides. We'll see what the second half brings. Remember, the United States, they will top the group with a win or a draw. Canada, they must get the full 3 points. Teams making their way out onto the field, and it looks like at least one substitution in the offing here that we can tell you about. Looks like it's Aiden Fong who is preparing to come on for Canada. Looks like there's more than just one. There is Aiden Fong. He will replace Theo Regopoulos, and Lucas Olzamek, it looks like, will also be coming on. He will replace Gail de Montigny. So 3 changes. Overall, de Montigny was on that yellow card. So a chance to protect him ahead of the knockout stages as we get underway tonight here for this second half. Canada and the United States going at it for first time, of course, in this competition, but they have been very familiar foes going back just to 2019. The other sub was Andre Dumitru replacing Jivan Badwal. So 3 halftime subs for Canada, as it just felt like Andrew Oliveri had to start to force the issue at least just a little bit here, as his team didn't really have much bite in that first half. We'll see what the second half brings and see if we get a goal in this one here today. 2 draws at this competition on this match day 3 and the final day of the group stage. But prior to today, we did not have any draws in this competition. Now we have 2 here in one day. Look at the foul with Vasquez going to ground and taking down Aiden Fong. Just onto the field, 16-year-old from Vancouver. That's for the Whitecaps Academy. And now here comes Canada. Trying for that long switch of play. Verhoeven tried to clear it. Still a chance here. Fong with the shot, and it's fired out of play. Missed clearance there by the United States, and it nearly did them in. But that's a much more promising start to this half for Canada. Trying to connect with Eric Pop. Hasn't had much action up front tonight. Pop. Now the United States building forward. Romero has an option on the overlap. Instead tries to come to the near side, and Vasquez, that was blocked down. Njai. Quick passing here from Canada, and the United States scrambling defensively here. Fong, early ball in, and right at Duran Ferry. A much more promising start to this second half for Canada than what we saw in the first half. Had 2 runners there at the near post. And Canada forces the immediate turnover. And the United States on the back heel, at least to start this second half. Here's Eric Pop trying to collect that on the turn for Hoven. We'll have to play this back to Duran Furi as it's cleared away. Fong up to head that away. And now the United States on the break with Cruz Medina. McKenzie put a foot in to throw in to the United States. Another stoppage here. Now the referee content for Hoven. Mendoza. Triangle of earthquakes there. Now Hall. Move it across for Diaz. Here's Mendoza, Gill, and now Hall. Verhoeven, a hopeful ball forward. Chukwu was up to meet it for Canada. Harungi, and now it falls to Romero. Cross comes in, couldn't get it by Stefanovic. Olzamek on the break. Trying to beat Harungi around the corner. Those two come together, just a good defensive battle. And Harungi is able to win that one. Harungi just too far out in front on the pass from Romero. A much more open second half, at least in these opening 5 minutes, than what we saw in the first half. I'm sure the United States would like to settle into a similar rhythm, at least in possession, that they had in half number 1, as Canada looks to play out here. United States pressure really giving them trouble. They win it back. Soto nearly found Medina. It was poked away by Stefanovic at the last moment. And once again, that United States press is giving Canada trouble. We saw a bit of that in the first half as well. That's when the United States was at its best, when they won the ball high up the field like they do here. Couldn't keep it, but they still, well, now the referee, a late whistle. It'll be a free kick going to Canada. Well, they'll give him a throw in as Fong gets it back in. Njai on the turn. Olzamek on the far side. Dumitru on the overlap. Instead, it comes to the near side. Here's Aiden Fong. Hall able to stab it clear. McKenzie. Now Chukwu. Need to play the give and go with Pop. Stefanovic goes to ground. Not the last touch, it was off Carmona. Pop on the turn. Put out a play by Diaz once again. Flicked along. Vasquez will get this away. Fong gets there for Canada. Tries to stand this up. Couldn't wrap his foot around it. Puts it out for a goal kick. Soto tracking back, able to win it for the United States. That was just out of the reach of Eric Pop. Here's Hall. Verhoeven. Play down the line, and Vasquez won't get there. Neither will Romero. Medina, Gill, so calm on the ball in those tight spaces. Harungi. Mendoza plays through the lines, touches it out wide. It's Verhoeven again. His cross fizzled in and headed away. Dumitru. All applying some pressure there. Hopeful ball to the far side, but it comes off here. Romero tries to cut it in field before he was taken off the ball. Pop. Dumitru making the run through the middle. Pass too hot to handle. Medina can look upfield. He'll look for the stretch pass. Vasquez brings it down. Vasquez! Just over the bar. A great effort from the U.S.'s number 11. And this game has really come to life in this second half. May have been just offside, but the flag did stay down. It was a great first touch. He got it onto his favorite left foot and may have even just skimmed the top of the crossbar there. And that's a handball. Referee won't allow that. Cruz Medina with the infraction. Headed forward, Diaz there to intercept. Back for Fari. Calm on the ball once again. And there's a reason Duran Fari got some starts last year for San Diego Loyal in the USL Championship under Landon Donovan. And there's a reason why he has gotten 2 starts in this group stage already. A massive young talent in goal. Here's Vasquez running downhill. Vasquez, a deflection that's an Abraham scrambling. It'll be a corner kick upcoming. Medina will play this short. Vasquez on his left foot to the back post and over everybody's head. Romero came from behind. There's a bit of contact, no whistle. Romero still coming forward, gets to the end line, cuts it across, and it's taken by Abraham. Romero is in a pretty brilliant game over there on that right side. It's been causing some havoc. Dirty jersey to show for it. Vasquez. And the flag is up. That ball did go out of play. Ooh, played it across a bobbly surface there in the 6-yard box. Early moments there for Canada. It's a high traffic area, as there are 2 games being played on this field pretty much every day. There have been every day since Saturday. Credit to the grounds crew for keeping this pitch in very good condition. Pop tries to move this out wide. Vasquez steps in. Thrown will go the way of the USA. Verhoeven. Here's Mendoza as the United States starting to get a bit more control. Canada still very much in this one. So we reach the hour mark, no score. On the turn, here comes David Vasquez. Gonna split a double team. Did win a corner kick. Again, Medina will stand over this. His service has been very good. He'll play this short again for Vasquez, who sends it in. It's punched away as far as Verhoeven. It was on his foot so quickly. I don't think he could react that fast. And then it's cleared away. United States throwing on the far side. Last off, Harungi. Wrong place, wrong time. And a substitution in the offing for the United States. Two subs coming. Keyrol Figueroa and Sawyer Jura coming on. Will be the end of the night for Ezekiel Soto. Figueroa comes on. He scored a goal in the first game against Barbados. Oscar Verhoeven will also come off. It's two like-for-like substitutions for the United States. Portland Timbers product Jura comes on. 1 assist for him so far. Figueroa, 2 goal involvements, a goal and an assist. Here's Medina. The fall for Vasquez. His shot blocked. And Jura right into the fray here. It's Figueroa, who scored on his United States national team debut just the other day against Barbados. Looking for something similar here this evening. Vasquez wiggles free. It comes into the near post, and Medina tried to move that along. It's still available. The U.S. able to keep it. Vasquez for Medina. Medina. United States just passing it around the back and finally forces Canada out just a bit. Medina gonna go to his left foot to send the cross away. It was blocked out for a corner. Medina, the in-swinger, punched away by Abraham. Strong goalkeeping by the youngster. Now it's Vasquez. The in-swinger once more, flicked along, it's in! Keyrol Figueroa off the bench and onto the score sheet. The United States breaks the deadlock just past the hour mark. It's 2 goals in this competition for Keyrol Figueroa, and the United States leads Canada 1-0. An immediate impact for Figueroa. Brilliant ball in from David Vasquez. Figueroa able to just nod that home. A great goal. The United States have what they probably deserve in this one. They've been the team on the front foot, and now it's up to Canada to respond. But in order to now win the group, Canada will need 2 goals to go their way. Here's Pop. There were 2 players that converged on him. Free kick going the way of Canada now. Jura making life difficult for Eric Pop. Floated forward, and there is Duran Ferry. Very comfortable coming off his line there.
Other way.
Jura touches this ahead. Medina down the line. Vasquez, brilliant touch. Rolls this infield and just off the mark. The U.S. gets right back on, at least for the moment, before it's sent all the way back downfield. Ferry once again. Played long over the top. All Abraham can do is send it towards the sky. Nodded forward by Vasquez. Here he is again for the United States. Back for Medina. Medina shot blocked down. Now trying to find some space. Vasquez muscles his way to it. Sawyer Jura fires that into the back post, headed straight into the air. Chance there for Figueroa, and now Canada finally able to get this away, and the United States has to be feeling confident at the moment. Back heel for Jura, just couldn't collect it. Now it's Figueroa. And a player down right now for Canada. And Jura will put this out of play. United States right now all over Canada. just be cramps here. Gonzalo Segares' side has the goal they were looking for. This has been a positive second 45 minutes, but it looks like there will be a sub upcoming here for Ruben Dessau, the international sign. Another look at it here. Hard to tell exactly what it was, but he is hobbled as he's getting back to his feet. Everybody's stretching out right now. And Dessau will make the slow walk off here. So here is the sub. It's Keyrol Figueroa who will be coming onto the field. And that is the end of the night for Ruben Dessau. Fourth sub of the game, but only in the first substitution window for Canada, as they made 3 subs at halftime. Figueroa onto the field now. 2 goals for him in that opening game against Trinidad and Tobago. Lofted forward, too close to Abraham. Now Canada will look to play out here once again. Here's Pop. Looking for that stretch pass in behind. Figueroa making the run. It's taken away in the middle. Figueroa for Medina. Out wide for Vasquez. Now Sawyer Jura onto his right foot this time. A big intervention from Lazar Stefanovic. Harangi's there again for the United States. Able to get another cross away into the back post. Vasquez was crashing in, if not for the defensive header by Aiden Fong. Medina ready to serve this in. The in-swinger, heads go up. And that was last off. The United States out for a goal kick. Shots in this one 8-3 at the moment. Vasquez up for that. Fong on the turn. Couldn't go free there from Sawyer Jura. Fong. Figueroa taken out by Stefanovic, but no whistle from the referee. Pop moves it out wide. Vojvodic is up ahead, trying to catch the goalkeeper off his line. Ozamek fires it out of play. And now it's Figueroa who needs a moment to get back to his feet. And he'll get that help by Lazar Stefanovic. Free, a little bit of pressure. He's able to pass right through it. Collision there away from the ball. And a free kick going the way of Canada here as Chukwu was brought down.
Are you still doing the diamond?
Looks like 2 United States substitutes preparing to come on in just a moment. Hall beats Vojvodic to the ball. Canada trying to go quickly here. They won't be allowed to because the United States is ready to make those subs. That is the end of the day for Tyler Hall, as Pedro Soma will be coming on. And also be Taha Habrun replacing Adrian Gill. It's been a very strong tournament so far through 2 games for Taha Habrun. Looks like they maybe put up the wrong number. We'll get confirmation of that in just a moment. It is Soma slotting in for Hall. It's the correct sub. The United States has now used 4 substitutions.
Yeah, he said 16. He got the 6 out.
It looks like Adrian Gill has stayed on the field and Edwin Mendoza has come off instead. They're sorting that out right now. The board went up and said 16. There may have been confusion, and now Gill is walking off. Or maybe he's not.
Profe, no es nuestro error, aquí dice 16.
Yeah.
There was confusion. I believe Edwin Mendoza came off the field. The board, though, said 16. And of course, there's paperwork that has to go from the benches to the 4th official. We'll see what the decision is here. And so it will be Mendoza now coming back onto the field. And he'll have to wait for Gill to come off, who was the original player that they wanted to sub off. So Taha Habrun came on for Edwin Mendoza, and then Edwin Mendoza is now coming back onto the field for Adrian Gill. So it should have just been Habrun for Gill. There was some confusion, and now looks like we're ready to go with Taha Habrun. So if we get 11 v 11, should just be good to go. And now we have it sorted. The cross comes in, Fari able to make the catch. Soma did come on for Hall, and Gill came off the field for Habrun. Speaking about Taha Habrun, 2 goals and an assist so far in this competition. And now look at all this room for Jura to run into. Runners alongside. Jura, he might just take this himself. The shot, though, blocked down. And a collision there after the play as Jura brought down Njai. Well, he had options, but the middle of the field did open up. Played over the top again. It's headed forward. Soma gets it away. Olzemek got the last touch. It was off Canada's number 11. Under 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. The United States able to get on the board just past the hour mark from the substitute Keyrol Figueroa, his 2nd goal in this competition. He has flourished so far wearing the red, white, and blue. And another stoppage here. As there will be a substitution for Canada, and that will be Victor Fung coming off. Etienne Godin will be coming on. That is the final substitution of the night. All 5 have now been used. Canada will try to push to the end, but be resigned to their fate here. Here comes the U.S. Habrun leads the break initially. Now it's Medina trying to get it back for Habrun. Njai distributes out wide. Olzemek coming forward, running right at Harangi. Gets around Harangi, then he pulls him back. Free kick and a yellow card is coming. Harangi has his name taken. Yellow card issued. Olzemek and Njai stand around the set piece now, with 7 minutes left. Is there an equalizer in the cards here for Canada? Quite a bit of pushing and shoving in there, and the referee would like to have a word. Small crowd here, encouraging Canada on. This is Njai. Just over the bar, and that did take a deflection. Ferry was taking no chances there, but a corner kick now coming. Antoine Njai. Njai, driven ball in. Everybody at the top of the 6-yard box there. And now, is there a break on for the United States? Mendoza. coming together. It's a free kick to the U.S. Romero brought down. And Godin, who came off the bench just a few moments ago, is the one that committed the infraction. Godin does have his name taken as well. Njai. Plenty of space on the far side. Ozamek. We'll get another attempt. Ozamek right at Fari. Figueroa. Nice to bring David Vasquez down the left side. And another substitution coming. This will be the last one of the night. And it will see Christopher Aquino replace Brian Romero. Aquino, who got the start the other night, now will be coming off the bench for the U.S. for the last few minutes. The Seattle Sounders Academy product, a few appearances with Tacoma Defiance as well, and MLS Next Pro.
Okay, 70% there, 70% back. Go 70% there, 70% back.
Final few minutes here. The United States trying to hold on to all 3 points and top the group. Remember, Mexico dropped points earlier today. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things, as they still able to top the group. They did draw Panama 1-1. A little flick from Medina. Godin will go all the way back to Abraham. Fong. Vojvodic. McKenzie took a bump, and Aquino was able to win it right back. Vasquez, looking at a word there for Andre Dumitru. Jura. It's played all the way into the corner. It's a throw-in for Canada. As Vasquez slow to get back to his feet. He's put in a big shift on the left side for the United States tonight. And his assist, now standing up as the game-winning assist. Assisted Keyrol Figueroa, who has scored now twice in this competition. Here's Vasquez. Bouncing ball in and cleared away. Medina. 3 minutes added on at the end of the 90. Mendoza for Jura. Here's Diaz. United States basically playing keep away at this point. Way down the line, trying to cut this back. Jura in for Figueroa. Now into the final 2 minutes of the minimum of 3, and Canada seems like a long way back into this one right now. The United States has been in control. Well, that's a giveaway, and now maybe an opportunity here right through the middle, but too close to Duran Ferri, who will let this roll before he picks it up. All the way back for Abraham. So how this bracket will most likely shake out. Mexico on the opposite side of both of these teams. Group F winner, which looks like will be the United States, will take on the Dominican Republic. Well, the Group F runner-up, which will be Canada, will play the Group H third-place team, which will either be Haiti, El Salvador, or Suriname. It seems like Haiti could be that team that finishes in third in Group H. That will be the team that Canada most likely take on. Once you get into the knockout stage, 2 wins and you're into the World Cup. It's all of the quarterfinal winners that get the spot, so the semifinalists. And of course the tournament plays out from there. You want to get into the World Cup, you also would love to win some hardware. The United States has not won one since 2011, but they've been 7-time runners-up. But they are not the runners-up in Group F here tonight. The United States 1-0 winners. They do what they need to do, and they will top Group F. Canada comes up just a bit short tonight. They just didn't have it in them to beat this strong United States defense. And the U.S., they will top Group F, and they will move on to the knockout stages. Both teams were already qualified for that stage. So it finishes here tonight behind Keyrol Figueroa's lone goal. The United States 1 and Canada 0.
perfecto.
I am here with Lazar, team captain from Canada. Lazar, tonight your team did not have a favorable outcome. Was tonight's match what you expected?
To be honest, the guys gave 100% effort, so I can't complain on them. But we tried our best. Obviously, the result didn't go our way, but we're just looking forward to the knockout stages.
What would you say has been the most challenging part of this tournament so far?
Just the rest days. We only have one rest day in between matches, so I would say that it's hard for everyone to be fit for the next game coming up. So hopefully these next few days that we have off before the knockouts will help us prepare for round of 16.
Thank you very much.